CGMA Finance Leadership Program, the fastest route to completing the CIMA Professional Qualification.
I come from a very sporting background. Everyone in my family has played sports, and that no doubt brought me up in a sporting environment. I first started small sports like squash outside of school, and then when I was able to start a sport, I started hockey in school, mainly because my sister did hockey in school too. I started hockey, and then later on I ended up starting synchronized swimming, and along with that I started flipper ball, which was a junior version of water polo. Then once I was in grade 7 and I got into the bigger water polo team, I had to choose between synchro and my other sports, because at that time I was doing netball as well, and I had been doing 4 sports and it was a bit hard to balance. So I stopped synchro and I continued to do water polo, and I did netball, and then because of water polo as well I had to start swimming. So I ended up doing 5 sports, and yeah. Balancing the time was very hard, and I was so thankful I had my parents with me to take me around everywhere. But from I think 5 in the morning till about 8 in the night, I was in school playing all, I think 3 practices a day. So yes, it was hard, but I think when you love something that you do, you end up doing it and giving it your all, and especially when you do team sports, you end up wanting to give it your all because of the rest of your teammates. So that sort of came easy to me because I was willing to give my time. Our team was always lucky enough to have our coach, Miss Sunetha Rupasinghe, and we also had our old girl who started coaching us as well, Ishankaki. So we were very lucky to have the 2 of them, and Miss Sunetha has been coaching me ever since I started back in grade 3. So in terms of the team, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky because we have a very close team that has been together, and I can always count on them for anything. And in terms of LCBC, we always practice hard and we always get onto the turf determined to win. So no doubt we go there and give it our all. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but that's part of the game, and you go in there giving it your best and hoping that a good outcome comes out of it. So in terms of memory, we have lots of fun memories, because hockey is a sport that takes you around the country for matches. So we used to go to Matale and all over, and we used to stay, and it was just so fun. And we were lucky enough to have our teacher in charge too, Miss Joseph, who looked after us so well, and we couldn't thank her enough. And so last year for 2020, I was the hockey captain, and sadly we couldn't have our LCBC, but I'm more than happy to play for my team this year if things do go back to normal. In 2019, I played for representing Colombo at the Junior National Hockey Championship, where we were placed third. Unfortunately, I couldn't play in the match because I was injured, but my team did very well, and we placed third. And then through that, I was chosen for the under 21 national pool, and I stayed on till the last 50 players, but unfortunately I did not stay on after that. But it was a great pleasure to play amongst all my teammates and all my opponents, and I've learnt a lot through that, and I'd be more than willing to do it again. I started, as I said, flipper ball firstly, and then I went on to water polo in grade 7, and we've been coached by Zafar sir and Kanishka sir, and we've been lucky enough to have them as coaches, and our teacher in charge, Miss Sulani, has been through us with everything. So water polo is definitely a challenging sport, because not only do you have to do it in the pool, but you also have to fight your opponent in the pool. So it's no doubt one of the most challenging yet exciting sports I've ever had to play. And yes, CVV last year was a definite nail biter, and I was so proud to be part of that team. And being in the pool was so exciting, and I really miss that feeling. But sadly, again, last year in 2020, we were unable to play it, and I was joint captains with Talisha. But life is the way it is, and hopefully this year, 2021, we should be able to play. And yes, me and 3 other teammates from my school were chosen to play in the India tour, the 10th Asian Age Group Championships in Bangalore, and we were so proud to represent our country and our school, and we gave it our all, and we realized that we have so much more to learn, and we're so ready to learn and to give back everything to our school and our country. Yes, well, the netball team is truly an unforgettable team. My team and I have been playing alongside for 7 years, and I'm very proud to be part of that team, and very honored to represent this school. We did have a historic achievement in 2019. We were placed first in the island for netball, and it was a nail-biting final with HFC Quadrangle, and it was tiring, yes, but I'd give it my all to do it again. And I remember, I think the day before, I had my LCVV encounter in school, so I was vice captain in that, so I was not going to miss that. So I remember playing that, and then the next morning I had to be in Quadrangle to play the quarters, the semis, the quarters for the netball championship. So I had to sleep that night and then get up early morning and leave, and then go straight into matches, and it was I can't believe I did it, but it all paid off, and I'm so happy to be part of that team, and so thankful for our coaches, Deepta Sen, Miss Pushpa, and our teacher in charge, Miss Brenda, who's been there with us through it all and guided us through everything. Being an LCite, school has always pushed us to do our best, not only in academics but also in extracurriculars, and it's always taught me that there's more to life than education, because your sports also do come in handy. So going into international, I was so proud to represent my school and my country at the water polo tour in India, and it teaches you that there's a lot more to the sport than you know, because over here in Sri Lanka we only played amongst two other schools, Bishops and Visakha. But when you go for international, you realize that there's so many people out there who's so talented and so skilled in the sport that you play too, and you're so amazed at how good they can be at that sport. So I think going into international taught me a lot, and I'm ready to represent my country, and I will always be ready to represent my country and my school. My biggest achievement, I would say, is winning the All Ireland Championship in 2019 with my netball team. It's been something that we've been dreaming of for about 4-5 years, ever since we started playing together, and it was a journey getting there, and it was hours and hours, days full of so much exhaustion and determination put into getting there. So I think that would be my biggest achievement in school so far. Ladies College has taught me a lot of things, and I don't think I could ever pinpoint one thing. But one thing that school has taught me is that with balance and with patience, things do come to you. And I think if you work hard for it and you wait for it instead of going through a shortcut, you can get there. Because when you take the journey you're supposed to take, you face obstacles and challenges you are supposed to face, and that makes you stronger and more mentally prepared for what you're about to face. So I think that's what Ladies College has taught me the most, and it's helped me a lot in my life. And I would love to thank my school and everyone in it for giving me that. I'd like to thank Miss Isha Spaldwin, our principal, and Miss Deepika Dasanayaka, our vice principal, for giving me this opportunity and supporting me through everything and guiding me through everything. I couldn't have done it without them. And all my teachers in charge, Miss Brenda, Miss Sonali, Miss Joseph, thank you so much for supporting me. I know it couldn't have been easy. And all my coaches, Miss Sunetra, Miss Ishanka, Zafar sir, Kanishka sir, Deepta sir, Miss Pushpa, thank you so much for everything. And lastly, I'd like to thank my parents and my family for supporting me and for carting me around everywhere. I would like to think I was a full-time job, so I would like to thank them immensely for everything that they've done. One thing I've lived by whenever there was a disappointment in my life is that when one door closes, another one opens. And I always thought of that every time something didn't go my way or something was disappointing me. I'd always think of that, and that really it sort of kept me mentally sane and it didn't like make me worry about anything. So that I would like everyone to keep that in mind as well. And mainly I would like to say that you should always do what you love, because if you love what you do, you'll always be determined and able to work hard for it, because if you try to let someone else live through you, you won't do what you want to do and you'd end up hating yourself and what you do. My biggest advice to you would be to do what you love, because if you do something that you love, you would definitely be willing to work hard and to keep doing it because it would be your passion. Don't let other people live through you. Do what you love and you will get somewhere with time and with determination and hard work.
CGMA Finance Leadership Program, the fastest route to completing the CIMA Professional Qualification.